Shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High Yah. All glory given to the Father, to Abba. Uh, I really came, man, just to really be a vessel. That's it. Um, to give some encouragement, because the word said that we all are going through our battles all over this world, right? Especially those who are children, chosen, set apart, who choose to be unto the Most High, who really want to walk this thing out. As a watchman on the wall, I want to just expose the enemy for who he is. You know what's so crazy is for some of us who've been on that side of the field doing every abomination, because like you said, before we came into this walk, we was like those who are still in the matrix. We were Gentiles. We were walking according to the flesh, right? And of course, this battle that we have within ourselves is a battle that is a constant battle. It's a daily battle. That's why he said, kill this flesh off daily. So that way you can continue, so you can walk according to the will of the Father spiritually. Because we can only worship him in spirit and truth and by faith. Allow this traitor and his agents in this system to do what it's meant to do. We all got Judases, but allow them to push you on the way that you need to go, which is being unto the Most High Yah. See, they want to crush you to the point that you give up, that you give in. No, that should make you go into that secret place and get on your knees and go to Yah for what he say. This battle is not ours. Vengeance is his. This earth that we on, this is his footstool. So he sees everything because he's omnipresent, right? But we have to get a fortitude about us that no matter what, because what he say, get the armor. See, this word that is a living organism, it speaks to us spiritually if we allow it and we indwell in it to realize that every verse that's spread bread is for us to understand as time takes its course and as the battle gets intensified. Fathers, heads, you need to be praying over your wife, over your children. Mothers, you need to be supporting your husband in the time of this battle, but also praying with him to pray over y'all children. Because there's entities that's in this world that's trying to knock their head out of place so the whole body can be sick. You know, and I know we say this saying, and I'm not quite sure if it's in scripture, but like they say, a family that prays together stays together. So I'm not quite sure if that's scriptures, but that's a good saying, because right now, and even as Yahshua foretold, that enemies will be of your household, right? Excuse me. But that's only if you allow the enemy into your household. See, now we have a family dynamic where You got the children over here, mother over here, father over here, everybody on these devices, and they not even paying attention to one another. You should know your family dynamic to the point where you know when something wrong with one another. And instead of letting the enemy come in and cause chaos and commotion, you should make you come together. See, because even the word speaks, everything that's meant for evil will be used for good. I go through or whatever, right? And I know that the enemy hate me because I think about Paul. When Paul was crucified or killing off Christians or whatever he was doing, the enemy was using him. But then when he converted over, when he went from Paul to Saul, oh, the enemy hated him. Think about it. When he was on his mission, he went through so much. Prison, being stoned, being shipwrecked. See, some of us as men, we kind of should have that Paul understanding because we were once over there doing the work of the enemy. We was on his side building up his kingdom. So as soon as we decided to get some enlightenment about ourselves and switch over and be about the Father, everything came at us. And it came at us to discourage us, to put the doubt in our mind so that we could stay walking the wide road, stay walking the course that we was on because, again, the enemy want us to die in our sins. See, but once he see that you are fully sold out, now he's going to come at you with everything he's got. But, again, you can't allow that to be a discouragement. You got to allow that to strengthen you. Like I said, I thank him and his minions, because all they do is just make me want to get in that secret place and be into the Most High daily. Because I know I can't serve the Father without spirit and without truth and one without faith. Nobody said that this battle was going to be easy, and that's a cliche, but really, because nobody really told us about. Well, I can only speak for myself. Yeah, we hear it in the church, spiritual warfare, but most churches don't even go deep into what spiritual warfare really consists of, the things you must do. Yeah, they read Ephesians, but again, if you're not studying this word for yourself to really show thyself approved, if you don't really have a relationship with the Most High so that way he can reveal that what need to be revealed to you, then you basically wandering. You walking blind. And the more that you come to this awakening, you realize that, I'm sorry to say, and I don't mean to bust nobody bubble, but Christianity ain't it. But also I come to say this because after just seeing what happened with the Hebrew Israelite camp, like I said, the enemy is always infiltrate. What did he say? Him and his angel are going to come and infiltrate and be like angels of light. But you got to understand that there is a artificial light, but there is a true light. And what Yahshua would say, I am the true, the light, and the way. So we got to be able to discern. And how do you discern if you're not in constant communion with the Father? Because there's going to be so many people that's going to come and look like they about what they talk about, especially if they come and, speaking on the Bible. But you got to understand, the enemy knew the Bible too, because what he did, he tried to tempt Yahshua. Witches come in churches all the time, dressed up as though, they a regular saint, but they a sinner. So right now, we in a time where we need discernment. We need prayer. We need praise and worship. We need to be focused on the things above and not below. We focus on the unseen and not the seen, because the things that we see only dictate the carnal. But those things that really take place in the spiritual. And if we don't see it coming spiritually, we get caught off guard physically. And, that can also destroy us. Because you looking at the people, but what that Ephesians say, we don't wrestle with flesh and blood. We wrestling with principalities. And I can keep spitting this, and I'm going to keep spitting this. The veil, that thing, has been torn since Yeshua was up on that cross, got up off that cross. But now, we at a whole different level with it, where entities and spirits are just roaming and inhabiting. I was watching the movie They Live. And that movie right there is, man, I swear, the enemy shows you all the time. From They Live to The Matrix to so many other movies that been put out, because the enemy know we spiritual, but we walk in this carnal most of the time. So when we see a lot of these Hollywood movies or these movies, we just look at it as entertainment. But the Most High can use the things that was meant for evil for good again. And as I watched that movie, and as so many people were asleep, but when the dude, who was it? He's a wrestler. I can't even think of his name right now. But he put these glasses on. And it's so crazy because Dick Gregory had said something about, once you put these glasses on, you can't never take them off. See, once you reveal and once you see the truth, you cannot unsee the truth. Once you know what's going on, you can't not unknow what's going on. Because at the end of the day, the Most High brought you out and separated you for a reason. And like I always say, I don't care how much you try to go back, you can't. And his word said, if you was a part of this world, if you were of the world, they will accept you as its own. But most of us go through that rejection phase for a reason, because we're not a part of it. I think about me as a kid, as a child growing up. I got rejected. I got attacked for no apparent reason half of the time, Now, again, if I did what I did and I got what I got, that was on me. But to get something and you ain't doing nothing, that right there alone should let you know that you were set apart for a reason. And see, these demons, which are working through most of these people, they are very envious of your favor, because they know where they going. They know what their expected end is. But they hate us so much to the point that they don't want to see us go to the greater state where they came from, where they chose to fall from. Even from the beginning of the time of Adam and Eve, it was all about making us fall. It was all about getting us out of line with the Most High, And what Adam did, what he did, by allowing, the serpent to come in and manipulate, because Adam had dominion. And I'm not going to say, I can't speak because I don't know what took place at that moment. But when he did what he did, that killed us spiritually. And now with this great awakening, it's basically to get us back to what we need spiritually. You feel me? So that way we can stay in direct contact with the Most High, because he wants to communicate with his children. And as the head, he wants to communicate with us the most. But see, the system was built to make sure that the men fumble, stay stagnant. We stay oohed and ah by the glamours of the trinkets of this world, the cars and the shoes, the jewelry and the clothes and the hoes. When we supposed to be men of the Most High Yah. So our whole being and our whole mind state should always be focused on the Most High Yah. Because you got to understand right now that this war is raging on and taking place, right? He's trying to build up some Josephs. He's trying to build up some Davids. But one person who always stand out to me is Solomon. He was the wisest man. He had everything in this world. You feel me? But even he got to the point where he realized everything of this world is just vanity. Everything in this world is to keep us away from the Most High Yah. And that's how he failed, because the Most High told him, don't deal with this woman. Don't deal with these women. Don't deal. But what he do? He had his father nature in him. So he had so many different women that was leading him away from Yah. And see, that thing right there is, as a man, you have to really get yourself together. You got to know what you want and what you don't want. You got to know what you're willing to accept and what you won't accept. Because if you can't lead yourself, how can you lead anyone else? Some of us, we wasn't given this blueprint, but because the Most High give us the Ruach, which is the Holy Spirit, the best teacher that you can get, he will give you wisdom, surpass the wisdom of this world. And see, that's what we got to get back into understanding. See, we think knowledge is so much the thing, but that doesn't do nothing but just puff us up. Wisdom, godly wisdom versus worldly knowledge. I take that godly wisdom all the time over that worldly knowledge, man. I be the dumbest fool. I be the foolish one to this world. But when it come to Yah, I won't be wise. But like I said again, man, I just wanted to come and really kick some encouragement, because, as I sit and I see what goes on and how the operation is just, wow, man. How it's taking place. And I fear nobody but the Most High Yah. That's why I do what I do. See, my thing is, I don't live for this world. I live for the King. And I want to be obedient to him. It's not my will, it's his will. See, he sacrificed his son, and he bought this vessel with a price. All I want to do is worship him. And for my brothers out there who want to do the same, this is just encouragement. Man, we really have to stand up on our 10 and let the Ruach in. Because we dealing with so many different things that's taking place and going on. Shapeshifters, agents, witchery, sorcery, whoremongers. And what he say, disobedience is just like witchcraft. So believe it or not, if you ain't listening to the Most High Yah, you doing what you want, you might say you a witch too, or a warlock. But man, this is for the kingdom family, man. Because what he say, 3 courts is stronger than one. So when you got your wife and you got the Most High, then you add on your family dynamic, which could be your children, you making that cord strong, man. You making that bond tight, and that's what it need to be. See, Don't give time to the things of this world, but give time to the things of importance. Give time to God so he can show you what's of importance. Man, like I said, I'm thankful. I'm blessed that he woke me up when he woke me up, that he took me out of this. So with the trials and the tribulations that come with this, I take it as an honor. It's still joyous. To all the elect out there, man, look, we became famous overnight and we didn't even realize it. But again, sometimes you got to do things to get us out of our comfort zone. Because honestly, I was always a kept man. I stayed to myself, stayed in the cut. I moved how I moved, you know. But I guess that's not what he had in mind for me. So we got to be able to get up and be obedient to the Most High. You know, some of us got street ministries. Some of us, you know, we got the heart of David in us, man. So when it's time for war, it's time for war. Because like you say, it's a time for everything, but in due season. But you got to let the Most High let you know when that time is. Because if we lean on our own understanding, thinking we know, we ain't going to do nothing but crash out. Because he says a way of man that seems right, but will lead to destruction. Though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil. Right now, he's waking up that valley is dry bones, man. See, it's a great awakening, but it is a great falling away as well. I see so many people going over to Satan's side now because the truth that they learn and they not really keen to learn. They don't really want to accept it, you know. And if you feel like all that you've been taught is a lie, then, you know, what's stopping you from choosing to be an atheist or a Buddhist or down there worshiping Satan? It's sad, but this is the time we live in. And like I said, one thing about the Most High, man, when his word go out, it don't go void. When he say, it comes to pass. And everything he done spoke in that word, I don't care how many people try to debate it, how many people try to say it contradicts itself. No, see, you got to rightly divide that word. So you got to know who he's speaking to when he's speaking. And understand what he's saying when he's saying it. But most of that word was for those who was already coming to the fold, those who've been woken. But yes, we do got to reach back if we can. See, we can't get too zealous to think that that's our mission, to try to wake everybody up, to try to save people, because that's not what we're here to do. Only one who can do the saving is Yahshua. The only one who can do the saving is Yah. See, we just vessels. And one we supposed to be representations of what the Most High Yah is. But who was the best representation who walked this earth? That was Yahshua. And that's why I always say, man, you read his story, he will show you how you were supposed to walk this thing out in the flesh. See, when they martyred Stephen, they said his face glue. So he had his transfiguration. Enoch. I know too many don't a lot of people want to read that word about Enoch, but you really need to understand, because even when Enoch was down here, he walked so close to God. You know, he was considered a friend, but he also walked so close to God that he got taken up. But he had a countenance about him that when people seen him, they feared him. Because it wasn't him that they feared, it was the Most High Yah. And see, people fear the things that they don't understand. Even when Moses came down off of that mountain, and he had that veil, and that veil, he had that glow. And with the children of Israel, they couldn't even speak to him. And when they seen what the Most High Yah was doing before Moses transferred, they didn't even want to talk to the Most High, but they say, Moses, you go talk to him. See, sin cannot do anything when it comes to Yah. Even when Yahshua was up on the cross and he said, Father, why have you forsaken me? If those the words that he spoke. He forsook him because he couldn't look on sin. But even when Yahshua went up with John, Peter, his disciples, And he came back down. He had the transfiguration after talking to who? Uh, uh, Moses and Elijah. Our purpose is to allow the spirit to overtake this flesh so we can transfigure. That's why he say, kill this thing off daily. Kill this thing off daily. Kill this thing off daily. Because if you don't, it's going to kill you. It's going to overtake you. See, people looking for this mark of the beast to be the chip and all that. And not saying that that don't go with it. But if you already taking this right here, because think about it. Before Cain killed Abel, the Most High had talked to Abel and told him, man, sin is crunching at your door. But you have a choice to divert that. You have a choice to avoid that. But see, once he gave over to doing it, and he came over to this. This is a beast. Even Paul speaks on how we as humans have a beastly nature. What they say, savagery. Look at what goes on in the world now. Look how people just don't have no love for each other, which was spoken in the word. Look how people are lovers of themselves. Look how quick a person can just ready to kill you for something so ignorant and small as you just parking in a parking spot. Or you getting a gas pump. Or you cutting them off on the road. You know, or people, I mean, just look at the ignorance. Look at the bestiality that is coming out of people. So you telling me that it's going to take for a chip in the forehead or the hand for you to get to the beast point? No. One, you got to already be there so you can take the chip in the mark. Look at the things that we ready to accept. Look at the livelihoods that we willing to change. These children, you know, and Lord knows it's in my heart, man, when it comes to these children, man. Because like he said, man, if you're going to lead these little ones astray, man, go ahead and wrap that millstone around your neck, man. Go ahead and drown yourself, man. Because them little ones, they great in the kingdom. And this is why the enemy sees that as well. And that's why he's attacking them so hard and heavy. And this is why I say, as parents, especially if you are walking this walk out and you got children, pray for your children. Strengthen them. Teach them. You supposed to be your child's first teacher. Not that tablet. Not that phone. And not even the school. Because you see all the doctrine that they taking on. He said that when you will see the end time will be as though it was Sodom and Gomorrah in the time of Noah. What do we not see? What do we not open our eyes to see? As I say it again, at the time of Noah, the enemy had almost damn near 90% of the world under his thumb. That wide road had almost the whole world on it. If it was not for Noah and his clan, who would still stand on a narrow path. Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't just about the LGBT movement and the gays and all that stuff. They was doing all type of wickedry. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. So we gotta fight. They don't want us here, we don't want them there. So we gotta fight. But see, we gotta understand this ain't our battle, so we go to the Lord. Because he got this. He got the last say so. Just like when Cain killed Abel. Oh, God got, he got the revenge for Abel. But trust and believe, man, if I get knocked off, then that's just what the Most High wanted. But I understand where I'm going. So I'm cool with that. Because like I say again, for him I live and for him I die, man. And I made a video again. Who said death is a bad thing? Because the longer we sit around here, we see what happens, right? And I'm not saying to speak that, but I'm just saying, man, we got to get to the point that we have to understand that it comes with this territory. But understand also that the Most High has the last say. So whatever His will is, it's gonna happen. I can't stop it. You can't stop it. None of these demons on this planet or in hell can stop what the Most High got planned. They can try, but we done seen in history how that went. You know how that went. Come on, man. We serve a mighty God, man. Most High, yeah, man. So with that being said, man, y'all people really had to open their eyes, man. And I ain't talking your carnal, man. You really had to open your physical. It's sad because what the saying they say, oh, even Ray Charles can see it. A blind person can see way better than a person without eyes. Mm. So man, when the Most High is nudging at you to do whatever it is that He's calling you to do, don't rebel against it. Be obedient to it, because obedience is better than sacrifice, man. So y'all stay prayed up. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed night, day, whenever you see this, man. Stay into the Most High, because He got you. Shalom.